Now, in this lecture, we will find the value of 2 times AP, or the size of 2 times AP. We have in the picture triangle ABC, side AB of the triangle equals to 90 units, side AC of the triangle equals to 70 units, and the side BC of the triangle equals to 50 units. We also have a circle. The center of this circle is point P, and actually point P of the circle is situated inside AB of the triangle, and also side AC of the triangle is tangent to the circle at point, we will call that point O, and also side CB of the triangle is tangent to the circle at point, we'll call that point E. So again, side AC of the triangle is tangent to the circle at point O, or the touching point between side AC and the circle is point O, and side CB of the triangle is tangent to the circle at point E, or the touching point between side CB of the triangle and the circle is point E. And in the next step, we will connect points O and P together by a straight line. So actually OP, the straight line OP is actually the radius of this circle. I will call it R, because of the fact that line OP starts from the center of the circle, that is to say from point P, and ends at point O, a point that is on the circle. For that reason, OP or PO is the radius of this circle, and in the same way we will connect points P and E together by a straight line. And actually PE or EP is also the radius of this circle. I will call it R. And for the same reason, EP is the radius of the circle. It starts from the center of the circle and ends at the point E on the circle. And this is exactly the definition of the radius. Any radius of the circle starts from the center of the circle and ends at any point of on the circle. So actually OP and PE are two radiuses of this circle, and we have a rule that in any circle a radius and a tangent to the radius are perpendicular to each other. So PO is a radius and a tangent to this radius is AC. So PO is perpendicular to AC. That is to say, angle POA equals to 90 degrees, and also angle POC also equals to 90 degrees. Okay, so and the same rule applies to PE, that is the radius of this circle, and a tangent CB to this radius are perpendicular to each other. So angle PEC equals to 90 degrees, and also angle PEB equals to 90 degrees. So I will write down the rule. We'll call it rule number 1. So rule number 1 states that in any circle a radius and the tangent to that radius are perpendicular to each other. Okay, I will read rule number 1 again. In any circle, a radius and the tangent to that radius are perpendicular to each other. So I will give you here an example. So if we have a radius, let's call it R, and a tangent to that radius, let's call it T, then they are perpendicular to each other. That is to say, this angle is 90 degrees and this angle also equals to 90 degrees. Okay, so I will repeat again that in any circle, a radius and the tangent to that radius are perpendicular to each other. That is to say, PO is perpendicular to AC. That is to say, angle POA equals to 90 degrees, and also angle POC equals to 90 degrees. And in the same way, the radius PE and the tangent CB are perpendicular to each other, that is to say, angle PEC equals to 90 degrees, and also angle PEB equals to 90 degrees. Okay, so in the next step, actually, as you can see here, we created two right triangles because the triangle AOP is a right triangle because of the fact that angle POB equals to 90 degrees, so it has one triangle that is 90 degrees. For that reason, the triangle APO is a right triangle, and also the triangle PEB is a right triangle because of the fact that angle PEB of that triangle is equals to 90 degrees. Okay, so in the next step we will draw a perpendicular from point C to side AB of the triangle. So, and let's call the touching point between the perpendicular to side AB of the triangle capital M. So CM is perpendicular to side AB of the triangle, that is to say, angle CMB equals to 90 degrees, and also angle CMA equals to 90 degrees. So here we created another two more right triangles because triangle CMB is a right triangle because this angle is 90 degrees, and also triangle CMA is also a right triangle because this angle is 90 degrees. So in total we have here four right triangles. Triangle POA is a right triangle, and also triangle PMA is a right triangle, triangle CMB is a right triangle, and triangle PEB is also a right triangle. Okay, so we will define triangle BAC as alpha, and also we will define triangle we will define angle BAC as alpha, and also we will define angle ABC as beta. Okay, and also we will define AP as X, so PB will be equal to AB minus AP, that is to say AB equals to 90 units minus AP that equals to X. So in total PB equals to 90 minus X. Okay, so now we will focus on triangle AOP, the right triangle AOP, and also we will focus on the right triangle ACM. Let's start with the right triangle AOP. In the right triangle AOP, sinus alpha equals to the ratio between the side that is in front of angle alpha, that is to say OP, because side OP of the right triangle AOP is in front of angle alpha. So it is OP divided by the hypotenuse of the triangle AOP, and the hypotenuse of triangle AOP is actually AP. Why AP is the hypotenuse of triangle of the right triangle AOP? Because actually side AO is perpendicular to side OP, because the angle between AO to OP is 90 degrees. So AO is perpendicular to OP. So actually sides AO and OP are perpendicular to each other. So actually AP must be the hypotenuse of triangle AOP. So actually sinus alpha equals to OP over AP, the angle that is in front of the side that is in front of alpha, that is OP, divided by the hypotenuse of the right triangle AOP, that is AP. So sinus alpha equals to OP over AP, and in the next step we will focus on the right triangle ACM. In the right triangle ACM, sinus alpha will be equal to the angle that is in front of, to the side that is in front of angle alpha, that is to say CM divided by the hypotenuse of the right triangle ACM, and the hypotenuse of the right triangle ACM is actually AC. Why AC is the hypotenuse of the right triangle ACM? Because actually side AM is perpendicular to side CM in triangle ACM. So AC must be the hypotenuse of the right triangle ACM, because sides AM and CM are the perpendiculars of the right triangle ACM. So the right triangle ACM, so AC must be the hypotenuse, because in any right triangle we have two perpendiculars, and those two perpendiculars are AM and CM. So what is left is that AC must be the hypotenuse of the right triangle ACM. Okay, so in total we got that sinus alpha equals to OP over AP, that equals to CM over AC. So we will copy this equality here, and we will call it equation number 1. So equation number 1 will be OP over AP equals to CM over AC. Again, equation number 1 will be the equality of OP over AP, that equals to CM over AC. Okay, but we actually know that OP equals to R, the radius of the circle. OP is the radius of the circle, so I write down that OP equals to R, and also we know that according to our definition AP equals to X. Okay, so we write that AP equals to X, and also it is given us in the question that AC, side AC of the triangle ABC equals to 70 units. So we can write that AC equals to 70 units. So we can put the data in question number 1. We will get so we substituted in question number 1 OP by R, because OP equals to R, and we also substituted AP by X, because AP equals to X. We left CM as it is, and we substituted AC by 70, because AC equals to 70. Okay, in this equation we will divide both sides of the equation by CM. It is allowable to divide the equation by CM because CM is the perpendicular to side AB of the triangle, so it must be a positive number. It can never be 0. For that reason it is allowable to divide both sides of the equation by CM. Okay, so we divided both sides of this equation by CM. So R over X divided by CM equals to R over CM times X, and actually CM divided by CM equals to 1. So we got here 1 over 70. Now we will multiply both sides of the equation by X. Again, it is allowable to multiply both sides of the equation by X because X actually equals to AP, and actually AP is a positive number, or X is a positive number. It can never be 0, so it is allowable to multiply the equation by X. Okay. Okay, here we multiplied both sides of the equation by X. So we got that X divided by X, or when we multiply this side by X, we will get here X divided by X, and X divided by X equals to 1. X is cancelled, so we got that R over CM, because X is cancelled, because it is X divided by X, that equals to 1, so we left with R over CM, that equals to x times x times 1 divided by 70 equals to x over 70. So we have the first equation that states that r over cm equals to x over 70. Now we will focus on beta and sinus beta, and we will focus on also on the right triangle BPE, and also we will focus on the right triangle CMB. Okay, on the right triangle BPE, sinus beta will be equal to the side that is in front of angle beta, that is to say PE, divided by the hypotenuse of triangle PBE, and the hypotenuse of triangle PBE is PB. PB is the hypotenuse because side PE in triangle PBE is perpendicular to side EB. So PE and EB are the two perpendiculars of the right triangle PEB, so PB must be the hypotenuse of triangle PEB. Okay, so in the next step we will focus on the right triangle CMB. Okay, and in the right triangle CMB, sinus beta equals to the side that is in front of angle beta. The side that is in front of angle beta is actually CM over the hypotenuse of the right triangle CMB, and the hypotenuse of the right triangle CMB is actually CB. Again, sinus beta in triangle CMB equals to the side that is in front of angle beta, that is to say CM, divided by the hypotenuse of triangle CMB, that is CB. Okay, so in total, so sinus beta in triangle CMB is actually CM over CB, and in total we got that sinus beta equals to PE over PB, that equals to CM over CB. But we know that actually PE is the radius of the circle, so we can write that PE equals to R, and also we know that PB equals to 90 minus 6 because it is AB minus AP. That is to say AB is 90 minus AP, that is X. So PB equals to 90 minus 6. And also CB is given to us in the question, and CB equals to 50 units. So actually we can put the data in uh, before that we will create equation number 2 by this equality. So we will write it down here. Equation number 2 will be equal to PE over PB equals to CM over CB. So equation number 2 is PE over PB, that equals to CM over CB. So here we can put the data that P equals to R, PB equals to 90 minus 6, and CB equals to 50 in the second equation. So we'll do it now. So we actually put the data in equation number 2. We substituted PE by R because PE equals to R, and we also substituted PB by 90 minus 6 because PB equals to 90 minus 6, and we left CM as it is, and we actually substituted CB by 50 because we substituted CB by 50 because CB equals to 50. Okay. Here we will divide both sides of the equation by CM. As I've already told you, it is allowable to divide the equation by CM because CM is perpendicular to AB, so it must be positive, it can never be 0. So it is allowable to divide the equation by CM. Here we divided both sides of the equation by CM, so R over 90 minus 6 divided by CM equals to R times CM times R over CM times 90 minus 6, and actually CM, this side of the equation, CM divided by CM equals to 1. So we got in total that CM over 50 divided by CM equals to 1 over 50. Here we will multiply both sides of the equation by 90 minus 6. So it is allowable to multiply the equation by 90 minus 6 because actually 90 is bigger than x, so 90 minus 6 will be a positive number, and it can never 0. So because of this reason, it is allowable to multiply both sides of the equation by 90 minus 6. Okay, then we will get that So we multiplied both sides of the equation by 90 minus 6, and actually 90 minus 6 times over Cm R over Cm times 90 minus 6. Actually, in this side of the equation we have 90 minus 6 divided by 90 minus 6. So 90 minus 6 is cancelled because we have 90 minus 6 both in the numerator, and we have also 90 minus 6 in the denominator. For that reason 90 minus 6 is cancelled, and we left only with R over Cm, and here 90 minus 6 times 1 over 50 equals to 90 minus 6 over 50. Okay, so we have here the expression of R over Cm from the second equation, but we know the value of 90 minus 6 from the first equation, and from the first equation we already know that R over Cm equals to x over 70. So I will write down the first equation of the expression of R over Cm. So the expression of R over Cm from the first equation is actually R over Cm equals to x over 70. So we have the expression of R over Cm twice, from the first equation and from the second equation. So now we can create the third equation that states that R over Cm equals to R over Cm. So the third equation is that R over Cm equals to R over Cm, and in the next step we will substitute the value of R over Cm by the value of R over Cm from the first equation, that is to say x over 70, and then in this side of the equation we will substitute the value of R over Cm by the value of R over Cm from the second equation, that is to say 90 minus 6 over 50. Okay. Okay, I will repeat again. Actually, we substituted the value of R over Cm by the value of R over Cm in the first equation, that is to say x over 70, and then in this side of the equation we substituted R over Cm by the value of R over Cm in the second equation, that is to say 90 minus 6 over 50. Okay, so again R over Cm equals to x over 50, x over 70 according to the first equation, and R over Cm equals to 90 minus 6 over 50 according to the second equation. Okay, now we will multiply both sides of the equation by 50. So we multiplied both sides of the equation by 50. So x over 70 times 50 equals to 50 times x over 70. And 90 minus 6 divided by 50 times 50 equals to 90 minus 6, because 50 over 50 equals to 1. 50 is cancelled from this side of the expression, so we left only with 90 minus 6. In the next step, we will multiply both sides of the equation by 70. So we multiplied both sides of the equation by 70. 50x divided by 70 times 70 equals to 50x. 70 is cancelled. And 90 minus 6 times 70 equals to 70 times 90 minus 6. In the next step, we'll divide both sides of the equation by 10. So we divided both sides of the equation by 10. 50x divided by 10 equals to 5x. And 70 times 90 minus 6 divided by 10 equals to 7 times 90 minus 6. Because 70 divided by 10 equals to 7. And here 50 divided by 10 equals to 5. Here we will open the brackets in this side of the equation. So we open the brackets in this expression. 7 times 90 equals to 630, and 7 times minus 6 equals to minus 7x. Here we will add 7x to both sides of the equation. So we added 7x to both sides of the equation. So 5x plus 7x equals to 12x, and 630 minus 7x plus 7x equals to 630. Here we divide both sides of the equation by 6. So So we divided both sides of the equation by 6. 12x divided by 6 equals to 2x, and 630 divided by 6 equals to 105. Okay, so we have the equation, the third equation that states that 2x equals to 105 from one side, but according to our definition, AP equals 2x, yes? So we can write the fourth equation that states, according to our definition, AP equals 2x. Okay, this is according to our definition, AP equals 2x. So if AP equals 2x, then 2 times AP will be equal to 2 times x. 2 times AP will be equal to 2 times 6. So from one side 2 times 6 equals to 105, and from the other side 2 times 6 equals to 2 times AP. So we'll combine equation 3 and 4 together by creating the fifth equation. So actually we have two equalities for 2 times 6. From one side 2 times 6 equals to 105 from the third equation, but we have already know that 2 times 6, 2 times x also equals to 2 times AP from the fourth equation. So 2 times x equals to 2 times AP. Okay, again I will repeat. From the third equation we know that 2 times 6 equals to 105. But from the fourth equation we know that 2 times 6 equals to 2 times AP. So we will add in the fifth equation that 2 times 6 equals to 2 times AP. So in total we got that 2 times AP equals to 105 units. So we write it down. So we got the equality from the fifth equation that 2 times AP equals to 105 units. Okay, so the answer to our question is that 2 times AP equals to 105 units, or the size of 2 times AP is actually 105 units. Okay, so now I will summarize the lecture. Actually we wanted to find the value of 2 times AP, and we have in the picture triangle ABC. Side AB of the triangle, side AB of the triangle is 90 degrees. Side AC is 75. Side AB of the triangle ABC is 90 units. Side AC of the triangle is 70 units, and side CB equals to 50 units. And also we have a circle, and the center of this circle is point P. Point P is also situated on side AB of the triangle, and we AC is tangent to the circle at point O, and also CB is tangent to the circle at point E. Actually, we have a rule that states that in any circle, a radius and the tangent to that radius are perpendicular to each other. So this angle is 90 degrees and this angle is also 90 degrees. So we can implement this rule in our circle because we have radius OP and tangent AC to the radius. For this reason, according to rule number 1, the radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So PO is perpendicular to AC. That is to say, angle POA equals to 90 degrees, and also angle POC equals to 90 degrees. In the same way, we have radius PE, that is, and the tangent to this radius, that is CB. For this reason, according to rule number 1, angle PEC equals to 90 degrees and also angle PEB equals to 90 degrees. And we actually, in the next step, draw perpendicular to side AB of the triangle. So CMB equals to 90 degrees and also CMA equals to 90 degrees. And then we defined angle CAB as alpha and angle ABC as beta. And also we defined AP as x, so PB will be equal to AB, that is 90, minus AP, that is x, so PB equals to 90 minus x. And actually we focused on triangles AOP and triangles ACM, and in triangle AOP, sinus alpha equals to OP over AP. Okay, while in the right triangle ACM, sinus alpha equals to CM over AC. So in total, sinus alpha equals to OP over AP, that equals to CM over AC. We copied this equality and created equation number 1. But we know that OP equals to R, AP equals to X, and AC equals to 70 units. So we put this data in equation number 1, and we got that R over CM equals to X over 70. Okay. Then we focused on angle beta and sinus beta and the triangles, the right triangle BPE and also the right triangle CMB. And in the right triangle EPB, sinus beta equals to PE over PB, while in the right triangle CMB, sinus beta equals to CM over CB. So in total we got that sinus beta equals to PE over PB, that equals to CM over CB. And then we copied this equality and created equation number 2. but we know that PE equals to R, PB equals to 90 minus 6, because it is AB that is 90 minus AP that is X, so PB equals to 90 minus 6, and CB equals to 50 units. So we actually put this data in equation number 2, and we got that R over CM equals to 90 minus 6 over 50. But we know from the first equation that R over CM also equals to X over 70. So we created the third equation that states that R over CM equals to R over CM. And then we substituted R over CM in this side of the equation by the value of R over CM from the first equation, that is to say X over 70. And then we substituted the value of R over CM in this side of the equation by the value of R over CM from the second equation, that is to say 90 minus 6 over 50. Okay, so in total we got that X over 70 from the third equation equals to 90 minus 6 over 50, the value of R over CM from the second equation. And at the end we got that 2 times X equals to 105 units. This is the third equation, but we know that AP equals to X according to our definition. So if AP equals to X, then 2 times AP equals to 2 times X. So from the third equation we know that the value of 2 times X equals to 105 units. But from the fourth equation we know that 2 times X equals to 2 times AP. So 2 times X equals to 105 units from the third equation, and 2 times X also equals to 2 times AP from the fourth equation. Okay, so we got the fourth equation that states that 2 times AP equals to 105 units and also equals to 2 times AP. So we got the equality that 2 times AP equals to 105 units. Okay, 2 times AP equals to 105 units. And this is actually our final answer to the question, that the value of 2 times AP is 105 units, so the size of 2 times AP is 105 units. Okay, thank you very much.